Hello everybody and welcome back to another rendition of Quincy Beoulve's Let's Play. And today we're playing Final Fantasy VI. Last time we met Banon and the hideout of the Returners, and now we are escaping because Kefka, or at least the entire army of the Gestalian Empire, is on their way here. And now we're going down the river. So today I have a secret to tell you guys. I was scared to do this whole Let's Play. I have been told that it sounds like I talk with toothpaste in my mouth all the time. And due to the number of times people have asked me to repeat what I said when I was speaking as clearly as I was trying to, it makes a lot of sense that that was the case. I decided to do this Let's Play for two reasons. One, well, despite the fact that people have told me that it sounds like I have toothpaste in my mouth, people have also told me that sounds like I have a voice for a radio show. And two, because it looks like fun, to be completely honest, and it is fun. I love doing this. But as I have talked to people, most people don't like how they sound when they listen to their own voice. And that was my problem at first. So today I will talk about overcoming the discomfort of one's own voice and what you can do to get it out there. So first, if you're someone who is comfortable with their voice, verbal and metaphorical, congratulations! That is honestly a pretty large hurdle for most people to cross over. But let's look at why people don't like their own voice. In my, tiny research, which is watching a bunch of informative shows, so yeah, it's research, voices are as subjective as art. We find something different in a way we don't like, so we just call stuff like that bad. But whenever anything is subjective, there is no such thing as good or bad, only different. And on a side note, looking at everything subjective, like movies, games, music, or anything art related, in the view that there's no such thing as bad or good, just different, and what appeals to you, and what it says and how good it conveys what it's telling you, makes it a lot easier to find everything entertaining. So back to the main subject, what we think we sound like, and how we really sound like, are normally two drastically different voices. When a human speaks, we hear the vibrations from our vocal cords running through our jawbone up to our ears, mixed with our internal speech, which is what we want our voices to sound like. The internal speech department of the situation is very interesting because it shows internally the societal effects of other people's voice sound influencing our own. We as people hear other people's voices and subconsciously decide which pitch, which sound, which flavor sounds right for us, as in what we should have. And we choose a conglomerate of different ones. And none of this is conscious speaking. But this internal voice is the voice we hear when we think. What we hear when we verbally speak is a mixture of that and is a mixture of the mental and the vibrator voice. For example, my thinking voice is closer to around a C, like middle C, on a piano, which is drastically different than how it obviously is. So, whenever I talk, because I'm more aware of it now, I hear a mixture of my thinking and my voice. But now the more aware I become of it, the more I concentrate, the more I hear my actual voice. Of course, it's a little distorted because it's running up to my ear through my bones instead of out of my mouth. And so, one of the biggest barriers is that we listen to our internal voice all the time, every day. This is the voice we hear ourselves have. And so the huge hurdle is to switch saying that this voice, the recorded voice, is my actual voice. This is how people hear me. This is how it is. Instead of the one in your head. That's a huge hurdle for most people. So, how does one overcome this hurdle, someone may ask? You said you would give us an answer, another may interject. To that I reply, let me tell you, nosy people. Gosh! But in all honesty, the best way, in my experience, is to just stare at it in the face. Of course you can't literally stare at it in the face, so you need to record you talking normally, and then play it over and over and over, and just face the facts. Actually, just facing the facts is one of the easiest, or once you get used to facing the facts, it's a lot easier to overcome a lot of hurdles, because you're just like, okay, this is how it is, alright, I'll just go with it. So, you face the facts, you love the voice in your head because it is in your mind the perfect speaking voice for you. But that voice does not belong to you. That voice is a culmination of other voices that you have heard speak before. Your voice is the one you're listening to on repeat. That voice is yours. Hey, what have we got here? And I have yet to find a voice that isn't beautiful. You're up the creek without a paddle, and I'm not gonna let you through. Does that make me a bad octopus? Oh, that one's a tasty morsel. I'd love to get my tentacles on her. Oh geez, that does a lot of damage. Oh well. I mentioned earlier, voices are subjective. And this isn't just your verbal voice, this works for any kind of voice, such as your artistic voice, like you don't like how you draw, you just put it out there. And whatever you do, it says something. Whether it says what you want it to say, whether it says what other people want to say, that's a matter of differences. Muscleheads? Hate them! Some of you might be wondering how to get your physical and metaphorical voice out there, and there's no better answer than to just do what you love to do and show it to people. Everyone is good at something. Everyone has something to show to the world. The best thing you can share is what you are best at. And now that that little thing is done, let's talk about this octopus we're fighting. So this guy is Ultros. He, like Gilgamesh in the previous game, is one of your rival, kind of. He comes back later on multiple times, and in other games as well. Your ugly mug gives me the creeps! I find Ultros a little comical just by how over-the-top silly he is. Sploosh! Blub blub. I guess it got the point. I wouldn't bet on that. It's probably just hiding down there. Ah! Ew! Something stuck to my leg! Sarah, get away from there. We should be alright now. Adam freak. I'm gonna smash it with a blitz. No, Randy. Out of my way, Edgar. Well, he's always been a bit rash. Randy? Oh, he'll be fine. Are you sure, Bannon? Sir? You're his brother. You should know better than any of us. Any second now he'll flop back up onto the rafts right as rain. Ah! I think he missed the onto the raft parts. Haha! Randy! Randy! You're on your own now. Wow. Randy. He trusted you, Edgar, and you just left him. Edgar and Tara raced toward Nosh while protecting Bannon. But what of Randy, who was swept away by the raging waters? And how is John faring after everything? Is all going according to plan, Kupo? Yes, I knew there was a Moogle. Choose a scenario, Kupo. Well, I think we're gonna go with John, but we're going to look all the way around. So I will see you guys next time. Fly high and dream big. Now we do that. Fly high and dream big. Yeah, let's do take two. Hey, John. John has worked hard to stymie the efforts of the Imperial troops in South Figaro, but now he desperately needs to escape.